Welcome back to the Centered on Buffalo podcast. We are joined this week by one of my former teammates, generally one of the funniest dudes in the locker room when I was playing. I'm sure he's still got that going now, but it's Shaq Lawson. Shake Shack, as I call him. Welcome to the podcast, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, E. Wood, man.
Hey, I remember when I got into calling games, we ran into each other on the field anymore, and I gave you a hug. I said, hey, you're no longer Shake Shack. You lost all that baby fat from earlier in your career. You started getting a little yoked up. But, hey, how's the offseason going so far?
Man, the offseason been going great. Enjoying this Florida weather down here, getting back ready for the upcoming season or whoever I'll be with these next couple of weeks. So it's just been, enjoying the offseason process.
How's the body feeling?
Body feeling great. It's probably the best I felt since I started, for real. Didn't have no major injuries or nothing like that coming off the season and stuff like that. So I feel great.
Isn't it amazing? You get older in your career, but sometimes you feel better because you learn how to manage your body better. You start taking care of yourself better. It's like I felt like when my career ended at 32, heading into that offseason, I honestly felt better than I did sometimes when I was in my early to mid 20s because you end up handling your body a lot better.
Oh yeah, of course. Like you said, when you used to call me Shake Shack, beginning of my career, I just didn't really watch what I really ate, just really putting it in my body and things like that. Now, the older I get, these guys coming in more faster and younger, so you got to do some stuff different to keep you in the game long enough. So I've been eating right, working on the little things that prevent injury and stuff like that. So a different mindset when you get a little bit older and you're still trying to make it to that 10+ year around that range.
Yeah, you're almost there, heading into year 9 now. So what's your mindset like heading into free agency at this point? Like, is it try and go get a ring, or is it still maximize the contract because you got to go get paid what you deserve?
Now it's the point of trying to get a ring. You want to be on a winning team. I feel like I did that. I made my money from leaving the first free agency and things like that. But now I'm at the point I'm trying to win and be around a good quarterback and things like that. I did everything I possibly can do of making the money and having a long career, but I'm just trying to find a way to win a Super Bowl, get over that hump. So, I mean, that's the main important thing of me going to free agency, that and where I can help the team at, maximize my talent to help any team win and things like that. So, them two things I've been looking forward into heading to free agency.
Yeah, that's the key. You talk about getting over the hump. You may or may not be back with the Bills next year, but looking back at the Bills in the last couple of years being back with them, what do the Bills need to do, in your opinion? Like, what do they got to do to get over the hump against Kansas City? And I know it's been tight in the playoffs, but just haven't been able to get it done in the playoffs against Kansas City. What do they need to do to get over that hump?
I mean, I feel like we got everything we need to get over hump, man. It's just, like you said, we both played many amount of years. It might be that one play or two or three plays decide the game. But Buffalo, we got everything we need, man. From the owner to the GM to the head coach to the quarterback and defense. We pretty much got everything we need. We don't need to go do nothing else. It's just we need to find a hump to get over these two or three plays that is making us lose these games that determine to making it to the next round and stuff like that. But far as top down, man, they got a great leadership, man. And I've been at different places and seen the different opposite. So, and even when I first got to Buffalo, it was different for me as my rookie. But they got the right guys in there, man. From Bean, McDermott, the Pagulas, all those guys. They got the right team, and I think this year to be the year to get over the hump.
Yeah, I think it truly could be, and it was close this year, and ultimately don't make the plays at the end in Buffalo against Kansas City, but you're that close, and at the end, some people talk like now it's time to blow it up and figure out something else. It's not, in my opinion, it's not time to blow it up. You're literally, like you said, just a couple plays away. You just got to make those plays. Kansas City has been making it in the playoffs, but when that tide kind of turns, it could be the Bills' time for a long time. But when you mentioned that you were with McDermott in 2017, then come back to the team. What's different about him as a head coach maybe now compared to when you first met him earlier in your career?
Oh man, when I first came, I remember that first week it was a little different. He had to come change the culture. we was playing under Rex Ryan and things like that. So that first couple years when I was with him, we was big on changing the culture, trying to build a playoff caliber team. And now it's expectation the same, but now we on it to a championship caliber. This team won the four straight division championships. Now we just trying to move to the next step, and he been doing a great job, man. He been a great leader. You know, it started with him up first. I mean, guys lead off his energy, especially how he came in, took in a new role as a D coordinator last year, and guys just feel his energy, feel his passion about it, and we all just felt feed off the energy, man. So he ain't really changed as much. More if he's just changed, he had to make sure we had the culture and stuff placed and the foundation placed when he first got here. But other than that, man, he just been a great guy and been a great guy. Continue to lead this team, man. And it shouldn't be no question who else they want because he's the guy for the team.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, and I was impressed with Sean from day one. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Prime, best sports drink on the planet. Also, my kids' favorite sports drink. So shout out to Prime, the sponsor. You mentioned that it starts at the top with the Pagulas and then trickles down to GM, Brandon B, no one better in the business, Sean McDermott. Those NFLPA report cards just came out. And I was thinking there's no one better to talk to than you on this because you're probably one of the realest dudes when you put a microphone or put a camera in front of your face. So first off, I got to know, because this is something newer. Like, is this something that they hand out in a team meeting and then you just fill it out? Like, what's the process of even getting this report done?
Oh yeah, we'll go around. They'll hand the paper out, and you will rank each team will rank what's the facilities, the training room, and stuff like that. So it's basically a whole team group, and then we all just turn it in. No, I don't think we put our names on it or nothing like that. But I was kind of shocked with some of it saying. I feel like from top down, it's been A1. I think they got a D on something, but man, from like you said, some of the same workers working in there, man, top notch with the people that's cooking for us and stuff like that. The training room, different. I know some trainers' rooms you can't even go in without them writing you up and taking you back upstairs. So I mean, you gotta that that report card. That's just the grade, I think. But the players in there, the 53 players know in that facility, like from top down, from the training staff, the equipment, weight room, it's A+ around. That's why those guys have been successful over these years, man, because it's just not what you're doing on the field, but the people around the building play a big part of what you got going on, and it's trying to help to win the Super Bowl. So, man, it's hands down one of the best from top to bottom, from facility, everything. Since I've been a part of my 8 years in the league, it's been the best.
Well, let's dig into a couple of the bad grades because first off, the Bills' food and cafeteria got rated very poorly. Like when I was with the Bills early in my career,
Man,
it
I think
was
it was the
terrible.
best
And
food.
then
I thought it was the best food.
okay, so it wasn't you that gave them the bad remarks on the food and cafeteria because, in my opinion, it was awesome.
Great. It was great.
All right, and so
Man,
dietitian and nutritionist got a bad grade. Who's that fall on? And I mean, is it maybe people that are pickier eaters and maybe they didn't, approve of the dietitian or nutritionist? Why did that get such a bad grade?
yeah, it might have to be somebody being a picky eater. Or it might be a fat boy. You never know. But man, I don't know. I mean, like you said, the food been great. And we pretty much got the same workers. We got a couple new faces since when you left there and still there, man. It's just been great. You know, Miss Cat, she was there and things like that. Just made sure we had everything we need to get the day started with the red juice, shakes, and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I feel like it had to be a overweight guy said that or a picky eater, but I ain't gonna lie, my body changed since I've been there. Like you said, I was big, and since I've been under that nutrition program, my weight increases down. I remember I started the league coming in like 285. I'm the lightest I ever been, at like 260, 265. So that nutrition played a big part in me, helped me out tremendously. Cause then again, like it's other places I've been to, shoot, they just let you eat what you want to eat, and all right, you eating. So, but those guys, Siano and all those guys, make sure whatever you need to play at your best, they put the right things in your body and make sure you get the right protein and stuff that you need to be successful on the field.
Yeah, and then the last one that got a bad grade was team travel. And so, I only played for one organization. I thought the travel was fine, but I also only played for one organization. Is it worse with the Bills than other places as far as hotels, planes you're flying on, and all that?
Man, nah, Coach McDermott show love. He put a lot of players in first class. So sometimes players ain't supposed to be in first class, but I mean they look out. Probably the thing is people probably got mad at is probably leaving early for London, probably leaving a couple days early for London or something like that. But as far as the traveling, the day before, that's all I've been knowing as my career. I ain't never left 2, 3 days before for a LA trip. So I wasn't even kind of used to that. I'm just being used to, all right, we got a game Sunday. If we play in LA Sunday, we're gonna leave Saturday morning or something like that. I just always been used to that because I ain't never knew nothing else outside of that. So that's why I know some guys probably talk about their London trip. We showed up late. People bodies couldn't get adjusted to the London. So that might have been probably the only reason why.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so the Bills are going to have a new defensive line coach this year with Marcus West. What can Bills fans expect from Marcus?
Man, they got a great guy, man. I was happy when Coach West got the job. He's been working the last 2 years I played work with him. He's been giving me knowledge, teaching me some stuff that you can't learn from a lot of D line coaches. They're gonna get a guy that's want to win. He was under Coach E. Coach Washington got him right for the last 2 years. So you're gonna get a guy that's gonna give you all every day. Make sure the attention of details for each D lineman is understand. Like he gonna make sure you understand that what we got to do on this play, not just what we got to do on this play, but what the back end got to do on this play, so we can all rush and coverage and work together. So the attention to details is gonna be there because he took pride in teaching you the details of why we need to run certain blitzes and plays and things like that.
Yeah, one of the things that Bills Mafia wants to know when I shouted it out that you were coming on the podcast on Twitter, a bunch of people wanted to know, do you feel like Von Miller can bounce back to kind of getting back into form? What we saw from him 2 years ago prior to the ACL, it took him a while to get back from that. And obviously the production wasn't there this year. But are you confident in 2024 he can get back to being a double-digit sack guy?
Oh yeah, I'm confident. He done had some major injuries with the ACL, so it might take time for to get back. But like we said, we seen sparks. If we'd have kept playing, I feel like it was coming along. Like them last couple games, we seen the old Vaughn back. Vaughn had to battle a lot of stuff, and then at the same time, he's still leading us, so he had a lot on his plate. But he's gonna get back to Vaughn, man. Everybody's so used to him having double-digit sacks. This one bad year, they just think he fall off. But that's how the season go, man. It might be your year, and it might not. It's just for how the flow of the season go. And last year when Von year, he didn't play the first 8 games, so him coming back trying to find a rhythm and things like that, it took time to get back. But I'm pretty sure they'll see a double-digit sack guy from Von this year for sure.
Yeah, I think you can see it too, especially get a full kind of healthy offseason and fully get prepped. It's much different. Yeah, it's so much different when you're rehabbing a whole offseason or if you're like trying to get better throughout the offseason. If you're getting stronger and more in shape as opposed to just trying to get back to where you were. Bobby Babbage now promoted as defensive coordinator. Not sure if he's going to call the plays or McDermott. They haven't said that yet. But how excited are the guys in the locker room for Bobby to get his chance as defensive coordinator? Because he's been there since day one, since you were there the first time with the Bills.
Man, yeah. Bobby's the perfect guy for that job. Like when start with him in a meeting, he bring the energy. Like it'd be times people don't even want to be up, but Bobby come in and spark something up, man. He always got the energy on the juice, man. And you gotta think about what he did. Like he started as a safety coach, brought Micah and them and Jordan together, had one of the best duos between that. And then he got in this situation like that, all our linebackers got hurt. He just had the next man ready, like Terrell Dotson. Each linebacker we had wasn't starting, they all showed up in the big play, even the freshmen, man. They all showed up. So that to show you how good of a coach he can be, if you can just plug another guy in there and have the same production that Matt Milano have, or I can't even think his name right now. My boy, 4-3. I can't think of his name right now. He gonna get
Terrell
mad at me.
Bernard.
That's my boy, but
Terrell Bernard.
Bernard, yeah, TB, yeah, TB. So with those guys like that, plugging them in, and those guys was ready to go week in and week out, didn't have no drop off, man. I think he's a perfect for the job. That means he can adapt to any player, any coaching system to get those guys ready. So I mean, when I seen his name come across, I was kind of happy, man, because it might be a little opportunity I could possibly be back there too, because I know Bobby, me and Bobby, we got a good connection, and things like that. But I was extremely excited for him that he getting his op that he been working for, and I think he's gonna be whoever called the defense this year. It ain't gonna be no drop off because both guys, it's McDermott defense, but Bobby Babbage know the defense as well, and any coach who's there. So it's gonna be a great year, man. It's gonna be interesting to see who call the calls.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, last one for me. What's your favorite wing spot in Buffalo?
What's my favorite wing spot? Well, they might get mad, bro. I'm about to tell you my favorite wing spots. The best wing in Buffalo is Marbury's. Marbury's got the best wings, hands down. I know
So
Ankle
good.
Bar, all that, but I love Marbury. Marbury's got the best wings, man.
Yeah, they do. Little Italian spot, and then they got the best wings. Joe Yergy does a great job down there. How about this? When I came to Buffalo for the first time after they drafted me, Joe had done some wings, and they weren't even on the menu. But Joe did wings for me at Mulberry, and then I told guys on the team about them. So people kept going down there asking for wings. They're like, we don't have them on the menu. So finally, they put them on the menu. So you can thank me for that later.
Oh yeah, thank you for that, because that was Marbury is the best.
Yes, sir. Hey, Shaq, I appreciate your time. Always love catching up with you. Hoping that you'll be back in Buffalo next year so we get to have our pregame chats and all that and see you around the hotel each week. So thank you for the time, brother. Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. You would?